准备要进去那个盐矿区，
然后去探险的。
要去探险。然后现在我们要换这种比较不会脏的衣服，但是这种衣服是不会保暖，听说里面7到8度，当然会比昨天还要温暖一点。
还要温暖一点点，
对啊，不过因为它不会保暖，所以你里面还是要自己再穿一件自己的外套。
它只是防伤而已哦。
对，好，等一下看能不能录啊，尽量可以录就录。入口就在后面。
如果没办法的话，就放弃。
就这样吧。
对了，拜拜。
真的没有钱。
可是这游泳都是用不了吗？
对啊。我想说，可以不要拍吗？它前面缓冲距离够了，对啊，可以了。好，走，走，走，好 ，Go，Let's go， Oh yeah，That's right，Welcome here， 哦，啊，
还不错，
还好哎。
为什么没有叫？
你觉得呢？你觉得？
我觉得会不会很刺激嘛？因为我坐在后面，我觉得还好。
因为我都在看荧幕，我觉得。
因为我觉得突然有一种觉得，因为你坐，
哎，你们怎么那么快就停了？你们怎么一下就停了？
美美的下来吗？
可以下来，我都很狰狞的下来，就可以说很夸张。
对呀，你在这讲解啊？
我那时候也没有，
不行啊。
好酷啊！那时候我同学在前面，
So, okay, everybody, please follow me.
想到一整个，想要拍什么？他最前面。
Okay, everybody, 1 minute silence. Oh yes, and this water here is called brine. Brine is water with 27% salt in it, and it's very important for the salt production. But we will talk about that later. You can taste it if you want. It's very salty, but you won't get ill of it. Okay? Yes, there's it.
卤水啊，卤水。 So, tell me once again, where is the salt made?
In the brine houses in Hallein, Your Eminence.
Well, at least he's understood that. And then? What happens then?
Then the salt is brought to the ships on the river Salzach, Your Eminence.
Und zwar auf die Salzach, Euer Eminenz.
Ja, natürlich.
Yes, of course, to the Salzach. Where else? There are no other rivers here.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Good Lord, you are most talented. And what's the most important thing about salt? Jacob from Nuremberg.
Das ist schlecht.
That it tastes good, Your Eminence.
No, he'll never learn. Perhaps it's better that way. There are already enough people who envy me. The most important thing about salt is that most of the profit it generates flows directly into my treasury, because I own the salt mining rights. Why, I earn more from salt than from taxes, and there's enough left over for Salzburg as well. So, does he see my ships loaded with salt out there?
Ja.
Yes.
Was glaubt er? And does he know how much salt comes from the Nuremberg each year?
Aus dem Nürnberg. 523 pounds.
36,000 tons. Our salt is used by people in Franconia, Bohemia, Lower Austria, and Moravia. From here, it's shipped up north to Passau, or to the south over the Tauern to Carinthia and East Tyrolia. What smells so burnt in here?
Holy Mary and Joseph.
Good Lord. This man might set the entire city ablaze. Is everyone in his family equally as clumsy?
Die meisten
Most of them are like me, but one of my ancestors was a very clever man. Very clever. Did you know what he invented? Something very important indeed.
So it's vergessen.
I've forgotten what actually, but I know it'll come to me later on.
Das
Yes.
wieder ein.
Procedure to get this salt out of the mine is so-called brine procedure. What is brine procedure? The miners dug out a great hole into the mine, they filled this hole up with water, and after 6 or 7 weeks the water leaches the salt out of the rocks and becomes the brine, the water which we tasted before. After the 7th week they filled this brine through wooden pipes to the city of Hallein, and in the city of Hallein they boiled this brine, the water vaporizes and just the pure salt remains. And now we will go over such a big salt lake through such an old, as we call them, leaching chamber here with our ship. And our salt lake is now about 60 meters long, 30 meters wide and about 2 meters deep at the deepest part. Follow me here.
Oh.哇，这个盐矿好大一个。
那一块。
对啊。现在准备要溜深45米的超长的滑。好，你要是可以看得到底从后面就往前拉啊。Oh my god！
2个人。对。好，有这个。等一下，你不要推我。
然后抱好。下面还有人。
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Feet up.
Okay,
Legs up.
go. Woohoo! Ahoo! Woo! Stop! Woohoo! Oh,
Go!
哎，有没有我们的？
你就先放着吧，可能会有吧。
In the mine, we have the whole year in the mine about 10 degrees, and in the summertime, if it's hot outside, the hot air is streaming over the highest tunnel inside the mine, cools down then to these 10 degrees. The cold air is getting a little bit heavier, going down to the lowest tunnel and then at the lowest tunnel up. And in the winter time, if it's cold outside, it's the opposite direction. And through this circulation of the air, it will be extremely windy. So we have built these doors. As we call them weather doors, they're just here to stop and regulate the airflow in the mine. When we dug out new tunnels, which were not connected to the system, we need a little bit more fresh air. In the new attempts, we take big ventilators, and up from the year 1600, we take this one. Just big bellows to get more fresh air inside the mine. And one guy has a very good job. He did this all day long.
风箱啊，风箱。
Yes, and now the next movie, here in the middle at the big
好，
salt
另外一个多媒体啊，另外一个多媒体。
Why did I have to become a waterer and check the salt chambers all day? The Jacobs of Nuremberg don't have many other choices. Salt was always our destiny.
Not entirely, Jacob.
Huh? What? Who was that?
After the Celtic era, the salt here was almost entirely forgotten. It wasn't rediscovered by your ancestors until the Middle Ages.
Yeah, and they had to work hard, day and night, with the simplest of tools to get it out.
Well, the solution mining changed everything. It made industrial salt mining possible. The salt grind ran through wooden ducts from the Nuremberg down to Hallein. There, it was gathered in grind coppers and heated by fire.
Sure, but they need tons of wood for that in Hallein. Take a look at the forest there, and you can see how many trees they cut down.
The wood was mainly brought down the Salzach. When enough of it was burnt to heat up the brine coppers, the water evaporated, and all that remained was salt. It was formed into salt cones for drying. Enormous stocks of salt were built up. Every completed salt cone was worth hard cash.
Yes, but the only ones who benefited were the nobles, the prince archbishops.
Well, not entirely, Jacob. Whether they were miners or transporters, woodsmen or cellarmen, the salt in Nuremberg meant work for many people. One of your ancestors was even a treasurer who worked for Wolf Dietrich von Reichenau.
Oh, him. He was also called Jacob, but he was pretty clumsy. One day he knocked over a candle and burnt down half of Salzburg. I bet his boss gave him a real chewing off.
Well, one would think so, especially considering what a hothead Wolf Dietrich von Reichenau was. But when he heard about the fire, the Prince Archbishop reacted with surprising calmness. He supposedly said, "If it's on fire, let it burn."
Yes, exactly. Because then he had a good excuse to build his new palaces.
That's true. The wealth generated by the salt from Nuremberg enabled construction of the most spectacular buildings based on Italian architecture.
Ah, but Wolf Dietrich was never able to enjoy them.
That's also true. Wolf Dietrich von Reichenau paid a high price for his fame. He started a war with Bavaria because of the salt mines. But in the end, he lost and was imprisoned in the fortress of Hohensalzburg.
Does that mean the Bavarians have the rights to mine the salt, and that I'm down here working illegally?
No, you can rest assured. In 1829, Bavaria reached an agreement with Salzburg and signed the so-called Saline Convention. It allowed the Jernbergers to mine the salt, even under Bavarian rule.
Well, that's good. But still, I find it a bit scary down here. Sometimes I have the feeling that there are ghosts around.
被矿坑遇难的尸体。
5 years in prison. I feel like my life is coming to an end.
Don't talk like that, Your Eminence. Otherwise, we might have to call a priest.
We don't need a priest. I'm an archbishop. And Marcus Silicus and all his clan don't mean a thing to me. Become H2 Blime. Now that he's my successor, the world will forget about me.
No, Your Eminence. Think of your buildings. People will remember them, even if Siticus is the one who finishes them.
No, who will remember my buildings?
Me. I'll remember them.
Do you? And what will you remember about them?
The whole architecture.
Architecture. At least remember these 3 things. I had the Salzburger residence built, and the residence square. I laid the cornerstone for the new Baroque dome. And for Mirabel Castle. I had it built for Salome. My lovely Salome. Whom I was never allowed to see again. My Salome.
Your Eminence. Your Eminence. Your Eminence, I have to make a confession.
Oh, what?
Well, you know life in the royal court. The splendor and magnificence of the royal parties. It was always foreign to me. And once, during a party at the residence, I forgot something and had to return for it. I happened to pass by a door that was half open and looked in. And there I saw a woman, together with Your Eminence. And now I think I know why people always say that you have 12 children.
Verleumd slander. I don't have 12 children. I have 15. May the good Lord forgive me. But the only woman I ever loved was Salome. Und? She was lovely.
Hat sie dir gefallen?
Wasn't she?
Ja.
Yes.
Sehr.
Very much.
Das ist gut.
Good.
Geh in
Go in peace.
Jakobus. Und grüß
And give my regards to your family in Dürnberg.
哦，明天好可爱哦。
对啊。
你看我拍怎么滑下来的，滑那么高。那这张片。
酒鸭，
烤鸭。
有了。哎，什么？400年。走，到时候要开始。
好，带路。
好了，随便，还没有做钱。可以。
到尖叫。